What's going on, guys? And today I'm gonna be showing you guys these settings I use for Call of Duty Warzone on PC. So I recently made the transition from console to PC over a week ago, and by doing so I realized that there are a ton of new settings that I can play around with to improve my gameplay. So today I'm just going to show you guys real quick on what I use. I'm not going to be going in depth with what each setting means. I probably just touch up on things here and there, but I'm not really going in depth because I'm still learning myself. So I don't want to tell you guys something that could be wrong. So just wanted to show you guys what I currently use, and let's just get right into it. For on the keyboard and mouse side, you're gonna go over to your kill streaks and vehicles, and you're gonna go down to armor plate behavior and switch this from apply 1 to apply all. So instead of you holding down to replenish your armor, all you gotta do is tap whatever button it is on your controller to replenish everything, your armor at once. So I'm on PS4. All I gotta do is hit my triangle button, and then the game is just gonna replenish the armor itself. And then all I gotta do to cancel that is either hit my crouch button or my reload button. I think that is that on the keyboard and mouse side. Going over to the general side, going over to FOV. So I think standard FOV on console is like 80, somewhere in here. By bumping it up, you can see on the screen, you can see a lot more in your peripheral vision. So I don't think I have to go in depth with that because it's pretty self-explanatory. The more you can see, the more beneficial it is to you. If, let's say, an enemy were to come from this side right here, you're going to be able to see him with a bigger FOV. You're going to go down to advanced for the ADS field of view right here. You're going to want to switch this from, I think it's independent to affected. And what this pretty much is when you're aiming down sights, everything around you, your FOV is going to be zoomed in with you and your gun. By hitting affected, your FOV is going to stay the same, only your gun is going to be zoomed in. So let's say if an enemy were to come to this door right here, you're going to be able to see him in affected, whereas in independent, with everything else zooming in with you, you're not going to be able to see that person. Obviously, that's going to be beneficial. I recommend going over to that. Going down, I think there's a couple other things here. This is my colorblind side, if you want to know. When my colorblind target, you want to hit mini map square to square. And then I have my FPS counter and my server latency on enabled. So pretty much what that means is you can see here in the top left hand corner, you can see what my FPS is currently at the moment, and you can also see my latency, which is pretty much my ping. And I think that's gonna be it for this side. Going over to graphics, hit full screen. Whatever your monitor is, this is your current graphics card, and whatever your monitor refresh rate is, you're gonna want to switch it to that. My monitor is at 240, so I kept mine on 240. Render resolution, you want to hit it to 100. My monitor can only display things at 1920 by 1080, so that's what I keep mine on. Don't know what aspect ratio is, just keep it on automatic. VSync can tank your FPS in game, so you want to disable that. Custom frame rate limit, I just keep it on unlimited. NVIDIA highlights, I disabled that because I record using OBS Studios. Texture resolution, I keep mine on normal. If the lower you go, the blurrier everything gets, but it can actually improve your RAM usage. So I think if I wasn't a content creator, I definitely would just play on low. I don't really need the game to look pretty. I need the game to look pretty just for you guys. So switch whatever you feel comfortable with. Like I said, I keep mine on normal. With these, I don't know any difference with them off performance wise, so I just keep them on high. Bullet sprays, I keep it on. Obviously, I want to see where people are shooting me at. I wanted to see on the wall versus not seeing it on the wall. Tessellation is pretty much a quality of life kind of thing. Don't really need to mess with that. Shadow map resolution, and this is how good your shadows look in game. I don't really use shadows to my advantage in game, which I think I should, but I don't really pay attention to them at all, so I just keep it down low just for better performance usage. Cache shadow, spot shadows, and cache sun shadows I keep enabled. I was told it can actually help improve FPS, so I just keep them enabled. Particle lighting is just your explosions and how well they look. I actually like this one, so I keep it on high. DirectX ray tracing can destroy your FPS, so turn that off. Don't know what these two are. Anti-aliasing is I keep mine on Filmic SMAAT2X, and this is what I like to look at the most. I know if you turn it completely off, it can actually improve your FPS by a lot. But since I am a content creator, I am gonna need the game to look extremely pretty, so I do keep mine on that. But if you don't really care about how your games looks, I recommend keeping it off just for maximum FPS usage. Depth of view. Don't really know what this is, but it doesn't look very good by just reading it. So I currently have it disabled. Out of focus blur effects. Oh, so yeah, this is terrible. So if you enable this right here, if you're aiming down sights, everything else around you is gonna look blurry, which you don't want that to everything else to look blurry, just in case people are coming in. You want to be able to see them very well. So yeah, just keep this disabled. And I don't think I have to go over these because you know these can make your game look terrible. So just turn these off. And these are my audio settings. Boost, I think, is the best audio mix you could use in game. Just it's a nice balance of everything. You'll be able to hear footsteps, explosions, everything well in Warzone. I think that's pretty much it for this side. Going to my controller side, these are my current settings for my controller. My controller now currently has slight stick drift, so I keep my dead zone on 0.03. My sensitivity is 6.6. My ADS low zoom is at 0.88. High zoom 1.05. This is my sniper scope. This is just my normal guns. I like dynamic the best for my aim response curve type. Is what I'm comfortable with. So keeping on that. Controller vibration disable for sure. This can enabling your vibration can throw off your aim by a lot, man. So keep that off. Aim assist standard. Scale aim assist with your FOV. So if you're bumping up your FOV over here, you definitely want to hit enable so it doesn't throw off your aim assist and make your aim assist all wonky. I gone over this tab millions of times. If you're playing Warzone, keep it on contextual tabs. If you don't like it, you have to get used to it. This is the most helpful settings you can change for Warzone if you're a controller player. So contextual tabs. But if you're going back to multiplayer, I definitely recommend going back to tap to reload. I know it can get pretty annoying going back and forth, but you know, you do what you gotta do to win, right? So else is over here. Slide behavior, I switch from hold to tap. So pretty much I hit my O button, just tap it to slide versus holding it down. Automatic sprint. And then on Warzone, I like to disable my parachute auto deploy. So I have full control of when I deploy my parachute versus the game deploying it for me at a certain point. Doing this allows you to deploy your parachute a lot closer to the ground, getting to the ground a lot quicker. So if you can get used to it, I definitely recommend disabling it. The bad thing is if you aren't paying attention and you get complacent, you're gonna hit the ground and die. So you just always want to remember to hit your parachute yourselves. And I think with that being said, that should be everything. I think I went over everything. But yeah, if you guys like that video today, please leave a like and subscribe. Every support right now would be very much appreciated. If you guys have any questions on anything today, please let me know down in the comments below. With that being said, peace out, guys. Thank you.